And your author, Christopher M. Tantillo, author of a trilogy of poetry books. I'm going to put the first two books up there. We have Things I Never Got to Tell You, which is out now. Things You Never Got to Hear, which came out July 15th. And then the final book of my trilogy, which is Things We Never Got to Hear. This is coming out on September 2nd. All books are going to be available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. The pre-orders for books 2 and 3 are already live. There will be an audiobook for the entire trilogy, which I will be narrating myself, and that'll be coming out probably like late this fall, like either very late this fall, very early this winter. So this is the third collection. This cover was designed by the lovely Eva Polakovakova, who did the entire trilogy. I think this is gorgeous. That is a sample poem on the back if you'd like to read that. But yeah, basically, this whole trilogy was originally going to be one long book over 400 pages, but after I talked to my editor, some beta readers, and then a bunch of other people, nobody wanted to read an over 400-page poetry book. So I broke this up into a trilogy. Each volume, oddly enough, is like so vastly different from the other that there's probably going to be different fans of different books depending on the type of poetry you like to read. This third collection is definitely more introspective. It's got more of my more emotionally weighted poems, at least in my opinion, and they're a little bit more personal. Less universal to maybe other people, but more personal to me. Whereas the first collection was more of a universal book that I think a lot of people could maybe relate to, hopefully, and find cathartic and healing. The second book was definitely more angry and bitter and raw and unfiltered. It's a collection that I like to say is a collection that's all about the feels. Feels are reals. And this is maybe kind of a combination of a little bit of book one, a little bit of book two, but with a more personal lens, I guess. So what I'm going to do is read you the blurb. Hopefully you guys like it. So really quick, pause here if you would like to see that or read that. But the blurb, one moment. A hopeful, therapeutic, and introspective collection of poetry from the #1 best-selling author of The Night I Spent with Aubrey Fisher and Keep You. I just hope, if nothing else, you're not sad anymore. Christopher M. Tantillo's poetry collection, Things We Never Got to Share, is the third book in a trilogy that weaves personal narratives with professions about how we find ourselves in the many varied stages of falling in and out of love with others and ourselves. It paints a loose narrative as we navigate love, loss, grief, heartbreak, hope, betrayal, death, what it means to be a man expressing emotions, how we romanticize people and places and memories, and ultimately, healing. Like life ebbs and flows, the poems bounce from dismay to infatuation with a turn of a page. Tantillo embraces you in a heart-wrenching confession of moving on and grieving after losing someone you loved. The collection invites the reader to reflect on the things they never got to share with the people they cared for before it was too late. Volume 3, out September 2nd. The second volume is on pre-order. First one's out now. Until next time, bye.